This is the Alchemist Bride channel, and I am the bride. Welcome to my lab where I will be conducting drawing experiments to get better at drawing. And today I am making my long-awaited return, I don't know how long-awaited it was, to the naked people. It's time for the naked people to come back. It's a chill and draw. This is a no-pressure situation. I don't even know if I'm going to get into any foreshortening or anything like that today. I don't even know if it'll go the full 2 hours. I was doing some extensive drawing yesterday, and I'm kind of sore and kind of tired. So, but the naked people will return, and again, really good figure drawing practice. So, I mean, as good as not having actual models can be, but I'm gonna go for it and see what happens. Yeah, I just realized I haven't really eaten breakfast yet. Oh well. We'll see how it goes until I get so hungry I can't go on. But first up is this couple, and this is actually a big spread. And the colors are, anyway, it's out of this book called Dancers After Dark. But this is the whole picture that I'm looking at. Oh, let's see it. Yeah. 2 figures is always more complicated than 1, but let's give it a try. Drawing practice, yeah. What's today? What's the date today? The 14th, yep. I haven't lost track of space or time. Here we go. So we'll start with our rough sketch. Too big. As usual. Draw too big on the offset. I'm a little bit out of practice. Last week I was working on a fun Avatar: The Last Airbender piece, which I did in fact complete. I did finish it. It took me 2 streams and then a bunch of time after the stream, but I did complete it. I thought it turned out really nice, actually. In case you saw last week, I accidentally deleted a bunch of my own line art and had to redraw it. But luckily I was recording, so I ended up tracing over my own recording by taking a screen capture of what I had already drawn. So at least I didn't have to recreate it from scratch. That's the more complicated part. Tracing it, no big deal. She's too big. Sure you can tell that, right? She's just obviously too big. Although their faces are close, so maybe I did something wrong. I'm gonna try her again. Try her again. I guess I'm gonna struggle with words today too. Okay. Because her face is not far from his. And I say that because we have this and if you see it, if you know, you know, right? There's like a thread. It looks like a thread in between their faces and this negative space right here. And so, you know, if I extend this thread like this, yeah, it's more like that. And then her face is here, which means let's see. Get this and her shoulder. It looks like his hand is sort of midway where her arm is. And then her arm is here. Her hair's kind of getting... I'm going to put her hair in. I'm not actually going to end up drawing it. I'm going to put it in for here, though, just for help. And then her arm comes in kind of over his shoulder. I think he's too high. Hang on. Because her arm comes in, like, over his shoulder. That or something. Arms like this. Oh, and it actually, you know what? Her hand comes up and around and is holding onto his neck. It's not fully extended, but it's around his neck. And he's like, oh yeah, maybe. So this is like her hand. Whoops. It's her hand. So his arm does need to be longer now. Alright, then she is, she's here. Here's her waist. Her leg comes up. Out. She's a bend in her foot. I'll get into that later. Might be a little long. Not sure. Yeah, maybe a little long. I always draw legs a little long anyway. It's the, I don't know, the anime in me. It's a style thing though. I know they're too long. It's not that I don't know. I know, I like it that way. Her leg. We don't see the rest of it because this is where his leg comes in and she's kind of sitting on his leg. His leg comes in mid-calf like this. Oh. I think I need to trade out my pen in a second. Foot. And then his leg comes down. Oh my gosh. I can't even see it. Okay. Different pen. Switch this out. That pen might be tired, and fair enough. There we go. It's not like a controller. It doesn't tell me the battery life, so I can't prepare that. It's all a little big. It looks like I'll say this, it looks like alright, so here's her arm. And her hand is like straight out like that. It's almost a little bit awkward actually. Then let's say this comes across here. The knee, oh, that's right, okay. This needs to be higher than the knee. And he's got his ankle thing happening. This is right. I'm gonna move it over like that. And her hand is here. Gosh. I didn't think this pose would be that complicated, but and maybe it wouldn't be on a better, more rested day. And then his hand is going, it kind of takes up this space here. And he's got her. Chest is like here. There we go. That's the rough we're looking for. That's the rough. Alright. As usual. Real sloppy on the first go, but let's tighten it up. I think I'm actually going to start with this leg because it is, I'm leaning over a lot because it's very small on here. Look, the picture is much, much bigger if I put it like this and get studious with it. Yeah, actually that helps. Okay. I am looking at it. Yeah. What can I do? Knee. Oh, I got this back. Okay, here we go. Knee. I'm unclear what his foot is doing here. I believe it's just pointed down, but I don't see an ankle. Maybe I do. Maybe it's like that. Something like that. And then it's got a little... We don't get... Oops. We don't get all of it. Because then her leg is sitting on top of it here. And her leg now... This other leg is firmly sitting on top of this leg. Even more so than what you can see. Ugh, that's a mess. Hang on. I think. Oh, I see. Her leg is higher. Let me do this bottom leg and then. Starts about halfway up, out. Still more. I'm not going high enough. The knee's kind of thick. Like here. Ugh. Not nailing it. Not nailing it. Not even a little. Alright, well, let me start. Different area. This one goes, let's say, straight up. is a different playlist today. This is some, I think it's just called Chill, actually. That looks so unnatural, but her, it's also kind of correct. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave that for now. That's not exactly the arch of her foot. Even the arches. Oh, it looks so, like, clunky. Okay, I'm gonna stick with that one. Then we've got the other leg coming out. Here. His foot. He's got such a pronounced hamstring. Alright, hand's getting a cramp. I'm gonna put it back down. I want to talk about this other negative space. This is between their bodies here. I'm really struggling with pronunciation too. My goodness. One of these days, at least I'm not muted anymore. One of these days, I'm gonna have a prepared stream. Wow. Today's not that day, but so I think I made a mistake here. I'm gonna fix it because the way her angle is, we're not getting enough of her butt because her butt comes across this knee here. So based on where like this line is. Adjusting. Now this negative space we know to be that. Should read better, although I'm only looking at the negative space. Then this is almost at a horizontal, this line. And then the arm comes down. This. It's her neck. Yes. And She's got him, but he's got her here. So here's his... Well, that can't be right. Okay, so something's wrong because we have this negative space here. So his arm, here's where her chest ends, somewhere like this. His arm comes through here and it's holding her here. So his arm comes up. Then we also know then this is all too short. Because now her arm has to come around his. Yeah, even his shoulder dips. Get this right. His shoulder dips. Her arm, there's a little bit of a triangle here. Her arm comes like kind of like this. And we got her head. This is a mess, but I think we're getting closer. Harder than it looks. Maybe. At least today, for me. This is very long here. Head. And then her arm, or her hand, I should say. And he's got muscle. And he is holding on to something. I think his wrist is turned out like that. Alright. Do we have the essence of this pose? I think so. I think his back is a little bit more... that. I think he's here, and I think... Let's see. Whoops, this comes down a little bit. That's still right. Yeah, this, for whatever reason, I don't know why. Actually, maybe now I do. This arm's not long enough. Might have overdone it. It's pretty long though. Let's see. Yeah. It's they have I think he's very tall. I think they have kind of, not strange proportions, but unusual proportions. I don't think so. They haven't shut me down yet. This is for educational purposes. I don't think so. I think I'm okay. It's not explicit. Explicit? Is that the word? I'm struggling with syllables. But they are entangled. I mean, it's no different than the hotel room from like a couple weeks ago. With all the people. TBD on what is going on there. I don't know about you, but not to keep whatever, but it's March and we got our snow. We have like winter snow again. It's like, get out of here. Last week I was wearing a t-shirt. Make up your mind weather. I don't know if you all got snow, but we did. It finally happened. All right. So this was the sketch. That's better, although I do think his head comes a little bit more like, up and forward. Oh. It's stuck. I was surprised. Normally I wouldn't expect it to, but it did. It did end up sticking. The other thing I can't see super well in this, and what I could see very well in the other ones, is their muscle definition. Like, I think we have a pec here, and a pec here, and this is her. But otherwise, from here, at least, these guys were not getting the... I mean, those dudes from the previous streams were beefy. Beefy! Mmm. They were right around Valentine's Day, I think. These guys seem long and lean in comparison. You must be holding it like that. Okay. Really? I'm gonna get it. Daylight saving still hasn't stuck in. I'm still pretty tired. Normally I wouldn't be, but I've also been staying up late, so it's kind of gotten to me in both ways. Not a fan of daylight saving. Wish it could just not. And I don't know which one is the correct time. I don't know if it's summertime or if it's wintertime. I would just like not to be jerked around anymore. And not everyone does it. Not everyone does it. It's a made up thing. All right, let's turn these guys into models I can use. I'm usually pretty well rested. Not this week, but in general. Making a little bit of this up because we can't see these details, but even a little bit more. I don't think it's extended enough. This music got kind of creepy. I mean, Castlevania vibes. I am moving her over. Just the bottom part. Now I'm perplexed. I've hit a... Well, I guess that's okay. Oh boy. I think she's kind of straight on, based on where her ear is. I don't know that for sure though. Add ab. Then this leg comes in. That's what I believe it to be. I'm not for sure. Ugh. Ugh. I just don't want to wear a coat anymore, is the thing. I don't want to wear a coat anymore. I'm okay with the coat for a while, and then I don't want to wear it anymore. I don't like carrying it. I don't like walking around with it. So I kind of think that's right. See how this looks. Also, this playlist is throwing off my vibe a little bit. My other one's a little bit more energetic, I think. I'm gonna try it. Alright, then her hand comes around. Let's see what tells me. So I'm just gonna take the crux of the neck here. Oh no, lurk! Like I said, this is a lurk. Welcome, welcome lurkers. Place my joints. It's pretty obvious, but still helpful. Yeah. Oops. See what we got. Yeah. I eventually got there. This, I think her head is still weird. I don't know. Let me see if I can just play around with it. But... yeah, this looks so weird. Ugh, I gotta deal with this head, guys. Sorry, I was close to done, but at some point you just gotta, like, I don't know, be over it. Maybe this head was at a better angle. And cut your losses. I did not have it. Too high? The problem is I can't see the back of her head, which I guess, I mean, isn't a problem per se. And her head, this is the deal, her head is flatter. Even though this is still where her ear is, her head is flatter. Sorry, my face is itchy. Rotate this ear. Her head is just much flatter. She's not, I mean, she's looking at him, but she's not. See if that looks better. I think it's entirely too big. This whole thing is entirely too big. Let's bring it down. That's better, I think. At least it's not distracting. See, more of our neck. Something like that. Just a little bit too small. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. I think. If not, it's okay. It's just practice. But practice builds consistency, so the better my practice to be. Nice. Yeah, drawing two people together is kind of sometimes a little bit more complicated, but I think they look nice. I'm not sure if I want to turn them into anybody today. Are we going to transform them? This could be Sailor Moon Tuxedo Mask. Let's play with it. Let's play with it. Although I will say Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Mask have much more exaggerated features, so let's see how they fit into this. I've already done Tuxedo Mask before, I feel like I have, but... What do I have her hair like? She's being like, doesn't really look like she's looking at him. Hang on. Struggle. Get in here. Sorry, John. Alright. This is not... I gotta... Ah! Alright. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna do this with a smaller pen. Let's try this again. I can tell now something about this is wrong. It could even be that line back here. But let's see. Let's see. Let's see how faithfully I can. I like that. I'm just not seeing enough of her face. Over Europe. Tiara. And then her hair. Okay, I'm gonna do the hair on a different layer. Just get an idea of where I want it to go. Fix it just a little, it's too much. I'm trying, it's a little weird. I decided to do Sailor Moon, but they don't exactly have like human features. I mean, they do, but I mean, they're so exaggerated is the word I'm looking for. Everything's moving a little slower today, I feel like. Looks just like and it is! I thought the pose looked very Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Mask, so I'm gonna go with it and see what happens. Might as well sketch out the rest of her too on here. With all beautiful locks. Oh, he's gonna catch her. This is nice. I'm glad I did this because I could use a nice, relaxing tuxedo mask and Sailor Moon scene. I do believe my stickers are coming today. I will say that. The Dungeons and Dragons stickers, I think, are coming today. So that is exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing them in print. They look a little different than what I laid out, but I think they look pretty cool. I also did a set of Harley Quinn-esque ones. I'm excited to see them. I will be awaiting. Oh my gosh, let me get the back of this head already. I'm anxiously awaiting their arrival. Oh no, that's never good. Thank you. What are we looking at here? I haven't saved in a while. Let's do that. Based on last week, my goodness. I think, still can't really believe I did that. I did finish that print. Or the avatar piece. I did finish it. Oh, that's the center. I see. Something like this. Oh, gosh. All right, hang on. The thing is, Sailor Moon's legs, well, I mean, it doesn't have to be. You can interpret Sailor Moon however you want, but generally speaking, how I would draw it is much leaner. Wouldn't make her limbs as thick, but we'll see. I'm gonna go by the book. I'm gonna go by with the pose. Not sure that the hand is big enough here. Make it bigger. To do. I totally forgot about his other finger. Anyway, okay. So we have the moon. Yikes. My problem, the foot is right here. Just put the boot over it. It doesn't look good. Why? Alright, I think that's better. Better, not great. I think my drawing is wrong and I made her foot too thick, so we're just gonna fix it. That's right. Too clunky. Okay, here's your knee. Boop. Comes over. All right, Tux. Can't really remember if he has like tuxedo style shoes. It's just too much happening. All right. Man, this leg is thick, but it is. Don't love it. Don't love it. That. I should probably use a reference, but yeah. They're more like loafers. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Maybe I should just bring his whole pant leg down, then I don't even have to worry about it, which is what I think I usually do anyway. That's what I'm gonna do. Because the shoes look weird. And I'm not researching his shoes for this right now. Just cover it up. Boop-a-doo. Never happened. Nothing to see here. Do-do-do. Do-do. Do-do-do. Okay. Nothing to see here. Then we've got his face. Aw, you know what else I could have done instead of the Spy Family? Shoot, missed my opportunity. Oh well. Maybe another one. Maybe another drawing will make me think of Lloyd and Jord. Like this eye. Oh, Spy Family. Oh, it's so good. It's newish. It's sort of like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but it's an anime. But they're like a whole family, and it's really good. Not that Mr. and Mrs. Smith is bad, but Spy Family's better. Yeah, it's really good. It's about two like made up countries. They're in a Cold War, and one agent is sent to infiltrate like this one community to get this high-ranking individual to side with him, or to just befriend him to kind of stop the two countries from going to war. But part of his mission is to like get a family. It's not Spy Kids though. I mean, kind of. Now you got me wanting to watch Spy Kids too. I mean, it's kind of a romantic comedy, but with a very slow payout. And the girl, I don't want to spoil too much, but the little girl, so he adopts a girl. He adopts like a daughter because he's supposed to have this family. So, and he's like, of course, like one of the best spies in the world or whatever. So he adopts this family, but the girl that he adopts has psychic powers. So she knows that he's a spy, and she's really into spy stuff. Like she's really into, like they do like takes on Bond movies and stuff. And then, let's see. Then he also has to get like a wife. And so he finds this woman who is, it's sort of like the climate is if you're a single woman and you're of a certain age, then you're considered a spy. So she was keen to find a husband to cover up the fact that one, she's not a spy, but she's an assassin. So he marries this assassin, and then they have this psychic daughter. And, yeah. She has powers, nobody else does. And that's a good point. They haven't gotten that far. It was only 26 episodes so far. The manga's going, and I peeked ahead a little bit at the manga, but the manga's nowhere near finished either. So, I don't know. But yeah, so the girl has powers, but it's more in a comedic sense. So she kind of like knows what he's thinking all the time and knows that he has a secret mission. And so he enrolls her in this school where she has to like befriend like everybody and get like a certain amount of stars or something to get a certain status. I'm simplifying, I feel like, the charm of it. That's the premise, but that's not the show, if that makes sense. But it's really, really, it's probably, quite frankly, I think it's probably my favorite anime aside from Sailor Moon. Like, of all the animes that I've seen, I think it's my favorite one. I think it's shot right to the top of the list pretty quickly. Like, I'm eagerly awaiting a Yor Kotobukiya statuette. I'm definitely gonna get it. There's not enough Yor in the series. I want more Yor, and she's coming, but she just wasn't a lot in the first season. So it's cute. It's a really, I'm gonna rewatch it. It was really, really good. And I hope it pays out. I hope it ends up continuing to be really, really good. So we'll see. I'm not totally sure how it'll turn out, but I have high hopes that it won't disappoint. What else did I started to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once yesterday. I think I'm gonna finish it after the stream. On my lunch. That was definitely unique. But yeah, Spy Family is really, 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 really good. Really good. So good. And wholesome. And wholesome. But it's got some action. It has a really good theme song too. Oh, really? Okay. I didn't see it in the theater. So far it was really good. I started to fall asleep only because it was so late. This was all last night. It was so late and I started to fall asleep, so I turned it off because I didn't want to miss anything. Whereas normally I would just sleep through the movie. I don't mind. But this was, yeah. I'm gonna watch it again. I got into it because I was watching clips of the Oscars and they were so excited for Ke Huy Quan to win the Oscar. And I saw him on something else too. So okay, yeah, I'm gonna watch the whole thing. It looks really, really good, and I love Michelle Yeoh. I have loved Michelle Yeoh since Super Cop. So I've been watching her. Like I've seen a lot of her whole like career. So I think she's just wonderful. She's great in Super Cop. Super Cop's a great movie too. If you've never seen Super Cop and you want to see Michelle Yeoh, I'm not gonna say in her prime because she's still awesome, but I mean, in a very specific action movie, you know, she's really, really, really good in it. That's where I first became her fan, and then, yeah, that's. I'm a fan. I'll let you know what I think of it. I'm gonna finish it today for sure. That was my master plan. I done forgot how to draw hair. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, Spy Family. I can't wait for it to come back. I can't wait. I can't wait. I don't know how long the hiatuses are gonna be. I don't want to be waiting for it for 10 years though. I don't want it to be on some Attack on Titan stuff. I'd like it to come out relatively soon. Not relatively, I mean, I'll wait, but I mean, I like Demon Slayer, but I like loved Spy Family. Oh yeah, okay, good. All right, good. I'm looking forward to it. It was not, I don't know what I expected, but it got weird fast. And I'm here for it. I was like, yes, let's get weird. Let's get weird. It was almost a hybrid of, I don't want to call it the Matrix. I haven't seen the whole thing. I don't want to say it was like a hybrid of the Matrix because it was unlike anything else. Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. Because it was almost a little, I was like, oh, this is, with the auditor, I was like, in its tax season, I was like, oh, ugh. But I'm sure it's supposed to feel that way. I'm sure of it. It's just like, I mean, the vision of it, it feels like almost live action Into the Spider-Verse, like the way not graphics, but like the special effects and the transitions, the editing. Holy cow. So far. Holy cow. I will tell you exactly where I stopped. I just remembered. It's where oh, what do they call her? The antagonist. I'm not going to spoil anything else. The antagonist shows her the white room. That's all I'll say. That's where I left it. Because I started to drift and I was like, no, don't drift. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, yeah. No, I was getting that sense. I'm like, don't fall asleep. You're gonna regret it. Don't do it. And I also got the sense that I would want to watch it again. Like, after watching it. Oh, the other thing, this is so genre. This is really kind of bizarre. I don't know if I mean, I can recommend it, but I think this says more about me than it does about the genre. I finished, it's a Korean drama, it's on Netflix. It's called Crash Landing on You. Each episode, and I don't know if this is common to Korea dramas because this is my first one. However, I will say, each episode, it was 16 episodes. Each episode was the length of a movie. They were each like an hour 20. The last episode was an hour 50. Like, it felt more like Stranger Things, except like double the time. Like I don't know if you saw Stranger Things too. The last season was like every episode was a movie, like its own movie, which I like. I like that format a lot. So Crash Landing on You was funny and so romantic. It's a genre thing, so if you're not into romance, it's not going to be for you, but I feel like it transcended like the typical, what I would suspect out of a typical romance movie. It was so good. It was funny. I laughed. I cried. I certainly didn't expect to. I mean, I was really moved for it. Oh, Hancock. That's, the Will Smith one that's like, Unbreakable. Right. I'm a huge Will Smith fan, but I've never seen Hancock. Or maybe I have and I forgot. I haven't seen all of his movies. I don't want to be... Well, you're not a real Will Smith fan if you haven't seen his movies. Maybe not. I like Fresh Prince. I like sitcoms a lot, so... Like, Abbott Elementary right now is top tier. If you're into sitcoms. Top tier. So funny. So funny. And good. Okay. It's arm. Jacket. Maybe we don't want to see it. He's a superhero in it, right? Isn't he like a real life superhero? Like a fallen superhero. Well, now I have to go watch that too. First things first, I need to see. Oh, yeah, see, I can't remember the ending. I'll have to go watch it again. But isn't it the one where he's like a fallen out of grace superhero and he like, yeah, I don't know, becomes a superhero again? Like, it was around the time of, what else was coming out at that time? I think it's similar to the other stuff too. If you've seen that, you should look at, I think it's called Unbreakable. The M. Night Shyamalan. Because I remember seeing Hancock and thinking like, oh, they did Unbreakable again. But it doesn't mean it's not good. Got it. But is there another superhero in the movie, though? Or maybe his son? Maybe I've seen it. Does it sound like I've seen it? Or it just sounds like I should go watch it? I should just go watch it. I might not have seen it only from superhero fatigue. Like, a little bit. And again, like, I'm a comic book person, but that was a lot. So they're like, you know what's hot right now? Superhero movies. Oh, okay. Oh, there is another. Okay. Alright. I thought there was like a boy in it. I don't know. Maybe he just like saves a boy. Yeah, there's a boy that doesn't he want him to like, no, you're Hancock, be a superhero again. And he's like, no. Or maybe he is still a superhero, but he's terrible at it. So he's like, you need to fix this. That's my IMDb summary of it. There's a boy, and he's like, fix it. You're terrible. And then he does. 5 stars. See? I don't think I've actually seen it though. I think I just knew that was the premise. Let's put her hair back in. What I'm gonna do. Oh, what does he have? He doesn't have a whole thing. She's holding on to maybe a rope. Cable. I made a curve mistake. Oh, here we go, here we go. Fixing it, fixing it, fixing it. Never happened. Do. There is so much to watch. But now I'm gonna have some time. Now that my stickers are here and like, I don't know. It's been a kind of a crazy couple weeks, so here's what I'm hoping. I'll get to do some much needed media catch up. I just bought a comic. I haven't bought one in a long time, but I just bought actually I bought 2 comics. I bought Godzilla versus Power Rangers. This is so obscure. Godzilla versus Power Rangers, and I got oh, Batman Catwoman. Just the most random assortment. The Batman Catwoman one, I'd been collecting the single issues and then I just quit, and I was like, oh yeah, what happened with that story? And then I'm part of the problem, is that what you're saying? I had a book once. Okay. So we got here. A little Sailor Man and Tuxedo Mask action. His leg looks a little weird. I feel like the leg looks weird, but everything else looks pretty good. Sure, I can fix the leg. Let's do... Yeah, I mean, this whole... I think I did it right. It just looks weird. I mean, it might be a little bit further back, maybe? Ooh, I shouldn't have done that. I made a mistake. I merged those layers and I did not want to do that. Okay. Let's take you. I'll try to adjust you. No. gonna move you over. Make you a little bigger. I know. The struggle is real. I think what I don't like about it... Man, I'm so hyped to watch Everything All at Once. Or Everything Everywhere All at Once. Am I saying it wrong? My bad. I'm really hyped to do it now. It was getting so good, I just couldn't stay awake. I wanted to give it its due. Its due attention. Yeah, this whole leg. I don't know. Oh, I can kind of see the problem. I do think it's actually like this. Let's fix it. Let's fix it. It's okay. Come then, leg. Cooperate. Not making it up. I went off the book, but oh well. Ugh, and I paid for it. You saw it 5 times in the theater? I think the only movie I've seen more than once in the theater was maybe not Civil War. Endgame. Five times? Wait, I'm gonna scroll up and make sure. Hang on. That I read it right. Oh, 3 times. 3 times. That's a lot of popcorn though. Unless you got a big bag. One time I walked into a theater with a full-on Subway sandwich. I'm not bragging, I'm just... the boldness. I was hungry though, and they back then they didn't have food. Now you can get actual food at theaters, but back then... Oh, I see. So you're like, I need to see it with you, I need to see it with you. Mm-hmm. You gotta do the rounds. Yep. Better. Much better. Good. Pigtails back in. Right. That's why you need a backpack. Not a backpack. You need deep pockets. Remember I was complaining about a winter coat earlier? It has advantages. You didn't hear it from me, though. Support your local theaters. Support your local theaters, but also, you know, people have budgets. Let's look at the original again. Stuff off. So here's the original figures based on just the poses. It's my sketch not to go away. Oh. Oh, why are you being slow? Alright, so again. There we go. I like it. I like it. That's right. They can afford it. Unfortunately for this piece, I'd love to do some lighting work on it, but this piece, because it's so, at least for the reference, the piece is so backlit and it's so dark that really with them, all you're getting to some degree is a color variance and not so much a change in value. So, I mean, here's what I mean. It's really just a case of blues and reds, and I can apply those here. Let's go with, looks like this, maybe this kind of blue. And we're getting it, I need a bigger brush now. We're getting it all through, I'm gonna use my color jitter. You can get it all through here. Here. She's got it here. Yeah. But this isn't really a change in value. Then there's a pink version. Or maybe even like a deep violet or like a red. Here's what I mean. This is through here. This is actually rather strange how it distributed. I'm gonna say the inside of his cape is probably this color too. Let's see. Let's see, and his face actually has some of this purple. And then some of his torso, and definitely her, no, some of his torso is in this purple color. And then this is in blue here, all through here, and her arm. And it looks like her face though is purple, which is kind of interesting. And I can't explain this. I don't know how this is happening. This is just kind of what I'm looking at here, at least on the screen it appears. I suppose it's more of a violet, but... Oh, I can't get the hair yet. Hang on. Say the hair is purple. I don't see any other really blue on his face. I'm starting to catch like a little bit of purple maybe on his hand and here. What I think is strange here is that there's no real rhyme or reason to it. It's just how the lighting is. Like, it's not like one is shadow. One color's not really more shadowy than, I guess the purple is kind of the shadow. Kind of. I need some purple like that. And then just keep making the hair purple. Actually, the hair over here might be blue. Just for contrast's sake. Purple. Yeah. That's what I mean about the colors, though. It's strange. At least that's what I'm picking up on this. But maybe if you get into it a little. blur it or something. You start to get some interesting. And you actually do start to get some interesting things happening. She was blue. That's weird. That was weird. Oh, cause the color jitter thing that I learned whenever I learned it has been really fun, I'll say that. Just, you kind of never know what's going to happen. It makes it interesting. It only makes sense if her face is like a little bit blue. But that could be an assumption. And you know, it could just be an interesting way to get some texture. Let's play with it. See what happens here. Close enough. I'm good enough. Wow, I just did one pose this stream. I told you, everything's moving a little slower. So... No, I kind of like it. Yeah, and then I think how I would use this, you know, I might just... What would we do with this? See, like I said, I'm practicing color too, so this is kind of nice. What I might do, alright, I'm just going to, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to color Tuxedo Mask in, because he's got simpler colors than Sailor Moon. And let's just see. Let's see what the color does for him. I'm just getting curious. Just place it. Not perfectly perfect, but just to get an idea. I know his glove's not black, don't at me. I actually have to delete this. This shouldn't be here. Let's see what happens. Do. Nope. but these are his, and I forget what it's called. It's called something. I was gonna come in with some color science. I'm not sure I have it though. Wait, maybe I do. No, I don't remember. There's something, there's a term for the color that things actually are. And there's a term for the color when you like apply a color and get, you know, more interpretive with it. And off the top of my head, I don't know it. He's got quiet. You can tell I'm concentrating. All right, so as far as tuxedo mask goes, oh wait, let me fix this too. I'm not gonna do a Sailor Man. Sailor Man would take twice as long just because she has more colors to deal with. Swoon. And then we've got this layer here. So now I want to play with it. Let's see what happens when we apply. Ooh! Woo! Just going through the blending layers. That one's pretty. That one's cool. The one that made me go, ooh. I mean, this is pretty too. Maybe that was that one. Let me do it again. I like that a lot. I like that too. I like that. I think this is the one I like the most between these guys. I think I like this one. And you don't have to have it that high. You just add a little. Oh, it's kind of interesting. Take it off. Adds a little bit of, yeah. I think is interesting is it didn't pick it up much on the red at all. Let me see if I can get a little bit more texture on the red. Or, yeah, I don't know. If I do it again. Ooh. Or blend in a different way and layer the two blends. You can do that too. Oh, I'm almost done. Everything Everywhere All at Once is calling my name. You read your book. I will be back Thursday with, I haven't decided, a boat or a marketplace. Maybe this again. But happy Tuesday. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, this experiment's almost done. I think it was a success. An example of how to introduce some color, layers. You know, I might finish this a little bit, but for the purposes of the stream. Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Although I don't want to spoil it for people, so we'll have to talk in code. Yeah. Although I can't imagine you could spoil that movie because it's so bizarre that you could talk about things where you wouldn't even understand what the things are unless you saw the movie. So I'll keep it very vague. Theys and thems and he's and she's and who's and what's and the whens. But yeah, let's catch up on the movie Thursday. I'll definitely go watch it and eat something. I also have to go to the grocery store. Real exciting Tuesday here. Yeah. The thing, you know the thing where the stuff, and then the other thing happened. Yeah. Wild. Yes. No, I think this experiment is done. I'm pretty much done here. Again, here's the original pose I was working with. This is what I transformed it into. It's actually lovelier than I thought it would be. I'm happy with it. I did not expect to get a Sailor Moon tuxedo mask piece in today. Thanks. You too. Boring days are good days. No news is good news, right? I could use some. Oh, and I'll show off the stickers too. Because they will be here today. Between the hours of 1:30 and 5:30. Like a cable person. Sometime in between then. So yeah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone, guys. Thanks so much. That's the end of this experiment. See you next time.